Your name, ma'am?
Cameron Whitman.
So she's simply going to plead guilty to disorderly with the R&O to be dismissed, true?
Correct.
Is that what you want to do, ma'am?
Yes, Your Honor.
If you plead guilty to that, possible penalties are up to 500 fines, 90 days jail costs. So all those, do you understand that?
Yes.
And did you sign, read, and understand the advice of rights?
Yes.
If you plead guilty, you'll be giving up all those rights, and we're not going to have a hearing or a trial. Do you understand that?
Yes.
All right. To the charge, disorderly conduct, how do you plead? Were you in the city of Trenton at or near 2711 Veterans Parkway near Fort, September 21 of 23?
Yes.
And what did you do? You ran from the police and refused to
Yes.
put your arms up so they could, you ran away from the officers and you placed your arms and hands underneath your body so they couldn't handcuff you. Is that true or not?
I didn't have my hands.
What did you do wrong? Tell me what you did wrong that makes you guilty.
I just didn't want to give up my information. I felt that I was being harassed.
Did you do anything wrong? No?
No.
Why are you pleading guilty to this then?
It's disorderly.
I know, but why are you pleading guilty to anything if you didn't do anything wrong? I'm not trying to argue with you. I'm just asking. Did you do anything wrong?
I didn't show my information. I was guilty.
Okay, slow down. So what kind of information did they ask you for? Your license? Yes? Yes?
Answer to the record.
Yes, sorry.
And did you refuse to provide that to them?
Maybe it shows the warrant cancellation under the regular B ticket, not
Heather.
under the R.
A defendant stands before the court claiming innocence, yet moves to plead guilty, triggering immediate scrutiny from the bench. At issue is not just the charge, but the contradiction between her words and her plea. The court must determine whether this admission is genuine or fundamentally flawed.
Heather, I can hear you. That's okay. Anybody force you to plead guilty?
No.
I'll accept your plea. I'll dismiss the R&O. I'm ready for sentence.
Your Honor, her life is beginning to improve a bit. She has found a more stable place to stay. She is working, but most of it in exchange for her rent and things like that. And she is still looking for other employment as well, which would provide an even more stable environment.
Who does she live with in Southgate?
I'm living at the shop right now. It's
By the shop,
it's
you
my
mean,
mailing address.
by the shop, you mean the person who is
Yes.
helping you
Yes.
store.
Right.
Okay. You been in trouble ever before?
Yeah. It was
Retail fraud in 24, right?
Yeah.
And then you had another R&O in 25. Look, I'll go light on you, but I don't want to see you back here again, okay? We got it?
yes.
Anything else, Mr. Slough?
No, you're.
Anything else you want to say, ma'am?
No.
25 fines, 50 costs, 75 victims' rights, $50 justice assessment, 200 or 30 days, okay? Can you pay anything today?
No.
Would you rather do community service?
Sure.
Here's what I'm going to say to you. Heather, make sure we get this. Defendant to pay 200 or serve $12 of community service by June 15th. So you can either pay or you can do 12 hours of community service. If you're going to do community service, it has to be at a nonprofit organization, a church, St. Vincent de Paul, Salvation Army, you name it, any nonprofit organization, okay? An animal shelter.
Mm-hmm.
Fair enough?
Yeah.
So you understand everything I've said?
Yeah.
So you either have to pay up or do 20 hours of community service by June 15th. You understand that?
Yes.
And if you don't, you're going to be subject to a 30-day jail term, okay? All right, I wish you well. Good luck. You're free to go. You understand where you can do your community service at now?
Animal shelter.
A church, St. Vincent de Paul, Salvation Army.
Will she be still going to probation? I mean, placed on probation? Or is this?
I'm not putting her on probation. I'm just ordering her to pay $200 or serve 30 days, or instead of paying the $200, She can do 12 hours of community service. The money is due, or the community service is due of 12 hours by June the 15th.
Okay.
Okay?
Make sure it's documented.
You have to have it on letterhead. They have to send you a letter, give you a letter on their letterhead that says, yes,
Okay.
Ms. Whitmer performed community service on these dates totaling 12 hours, and it has to be on their letterhead. You know what I mean when I say letterhead?
Letterhead?
Yeah,
Stationary.
stationery. Yeah. Okay?
Okay.
All right, good luck. Stay out of here now.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Austin Lee Hewer Sensing, 260-648-102.
And all of a sudden, I hear this episode.
I can't hear you.
I think you dismissed my case.
No, you pled to careless driving. The reckless was dismissed. It was $200 in fines and costs.
I didn't know anything about that second part. I thought this was, when you dismissed it, I thought that was the entire.
I dismissed just the reckless. The prosecutor
No.
would have sent in a stip form saying that you were going to plead to be responsible to him, careless, and he was going to dismiss the reckless. So that's what it is. Do you have that $255 to pay?
No, I don't.
Why not?
I didn't even know because there was a fine connected to it.
Did I do that bad of a job that day where I didn't explain that to you?
It's been explained because I thought when you dismissed, I haven't dismissed papers on it, and then I got taken.
Ma'am, I just dismissed the reckless and the R&O. That was on motion of the prosecutor. I did it because they asked me to. And you pled the careless. They didn't dismiss both cases with nothing. I told you $200. That was on July 16th.
So that's what I thought I was paying on.
Well, but you didn't pay it, did you?
I was paying off $17 in a week on something. That's what my understanding was.
I don't even see where I gave you time to pay. I thought you were going to pay it all that day, the way it looks to me. How much money do you have today?
With my extension, I can pay like I have 100 today.
Okay. Did we cancel the warrant on this, Heather?
She told me.
Yes. Yeah, it was canceled. I see it now. It just wasn't written on the register. I'll write it. Defendant to pay 100 today. Does she owe 255 still?
I believe
Or now-
so, Judge. Yes, he
Now
does.
probably 280 because you missed the show cause on March 31 too.
It's 255, Judge.
All right, so you owe 155 after you pay the 100 today. When can you pay that?
Am I able to make the payments?
Tell me what you can afford to pay weekly, bi-weekly, whatever the case may be.
25,
20 what?
bi-weekly.
Okay, you pay 100 today. Balance to be paid at rate of, you said 20. 20 bi-weekly, and I'll start that 2 weeks from today on May the 7th. Is that okay? And if you don't have the money, you call the court, we'll go on Zoom. Do you know how to use Zoom? Then you'll go on, you call the court, say, I want to talk to the judge, we'll go on Zoom, I'll give you an extension, okay? Is that okay? All right. If you don't have the money, don't be scared. Just call the court and I'll give you extensions. I don't care how many times we have to do that, all right?
Thank you.
Best of luck to you.
Appreciate it.
How do you support yourself?
I work.
Where at?
I believe that Impaired credit is here.
How many hours do you work? How much do you make per hour?
I have a lot of expenses, plus I just got this diagnosis for this medical.
I'll tell you what, I'll reduce your balance. Heather, we're going to reduce your balance. I'll just indicate defendant's balance after the 100 paid today is 100, not 155, okay?
Okay.
So you're going to owe $100 after you pay the $100 today.
Yes.
All right, good luck to you. Thank you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you for the records. All right, Christopher Childers.
All right, so he's got other charges. All he's got here is an animal violation, cruelty to animals. The other two he already went into default on. So he's got this vicious animal charge or cruelty to animals charge. Does he stand mute, waive formal reading?
Yes, Your Honor.
Is there any resolution of this?
There is not at this stage, Your Honor. Is Brownstown here today?
No, Brownstone's not here today. Where you been? Where you been?
Been working.
So you got a lot of money to postpone. That's good. I'm glad that.
The client is making in a timely. He was simply afraid to come before the court because he didn't have any money. I told him that's not an excuse. A lot of times frequently people are intimidated by the court for that reason. But he's come here today, Your Honor, ready to address this. He's productive, he's working.
I know, it's good. He's working, so he's got a lot of money to post.
Well, not a lot of money, Your Honor, not by any stretch. He does some minor interpretation instead of seasonal work, but he said he actually works year round, kind of doing landscaping type of work. He's a hard working guy, but he doesn't have a lot of money.
Yeah, I'm actually,
Go ahead.
my brother, I was for him cash under the table for the ground.
That's nice. So you're
He's trying to get his own business going called Tree Trim Pros, and he just gave me some bad news about a week and a half.
all right. Why are you talking about doing things illegal, like taking cash under the table? I mean, seriously, I don't want to hear about that. You told me you haven't been here because you've been working. If somebody's so busy that they can't make it here because they're working, I have to assume they're working 90, 100 hours a week, and therefore they have a lot of money to postpone. Now you want to tell me you're working under the table. I don't really want to know that. You understand what I'm saying? I'm a judge. I'm not a priest.
Yes, girl.
I don't like this charge. What happened to that dog? It's alleged here, by the way, that you left the dog outside in below freezing temperatures. I don't want you to say a word. Where's that dog now?
The dog's with him. They returned the dog. He's anxious to resolve his matter. I know it looks terrible to read, but he's anxious to get his out.
What's the name of that dog that you have?
Right.
Riley?
Yeah.
What kind of a dog is it?
Chocolate lip. And I also have Bella and chocolate lip. They're day apart.
Bella?
Bella.
I mean, I'm gonna look into this further, but I'm gonna give you $1,000 personal bond. You cannot leave the state. You cannot violate the law. You must appear in court as directed. Other than Bella and Riley, you're not to own or possess or harbor any domestic animals. You understand that? Yes?
Yes.
Okay, so no other dogs. Now, if you want to play games on this and not show up, you and I are gonna have a big problem. You got it?
Yes, Your Honor.
You went into default on the other two. I'm going to give you an early court date. Is this going to be May what, Heather? Brownstone.
There should be a sheet. I believe it was May 6th.
Oh, yeah, you got it on here. I'm sorry. May 6th at 10:30. If you want a court-appointed lawyer going forward, you're going to have to fill out a petition. I'm giving 1,000 personal. You miss again, bring a lot of money or else you're going to be sitting in jail. You understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Good. Good luck. Adam Scott Schrum, 260-647-706. A and B. Sir, your name?
Alexander, right to go.
All right, so now you negotiated this. There was an operating while intoxicated charge, which you effectively got the prosecutor to reduce to operating while impaired, the OWI to be dismissed, and also there's going to be a plea to impeding with the speed to be dismissed. True?
Yes.
Is that what you want to do?
Yes.
If you plead guilty to operating while impaired, the possible penalties are up to $300 fines, 93 days jail, 360 hours community service, court costs, or all of those. 4 points, license suspension or revocation in accordance with your record. Your vehicle could be or might have to be immobilized depending upon the record. Do you understand that?
Yes.
And did you sign, read, and understand an advice of rights form here today?
Yes.
If you plead guilty, you'll be giving up all those rights, and we're not going to have a hearing or a trial. Do you understand that?
Yes.
All right. To the charge, operating while visibly impaired, how do you plead?
Guilty.
And to the charge of impeding traffic, responsible or not responsible? Responsible. Were you operating a motor vehicle in the city of Trenton, County of Wayne on Jefferson near Breland and Gibraltar on March 20th, 26 at 5:40 in the morning.
Yes,
And did you drink alcohol prior to that? And if so, what did you drink and how much did you drink?
about 4 years.
All right. Was your ability to operate that motor vehicle impaired because of the alcohol consumption?
Yes,
All right. Why were you pulled over by the police? Because of the speeding?
the
You
speed.
think you were speeding at least in part because of your alcohol consumption?
Yeah.
And did you take an breathalyzer test? And counsel with a result of .110, and you so stipulate that that was accurate for the purposes of the plea?
Yes.
Are you on probation or parole, Mr. Madrigal? Anybody force you to plead guilty?
No.
Plea is accepted to impaired driving. OWI is dismissed. Plea is accepted to impeding. Speed's dismissed. I'm going to refer you for a screening and assessment. No alcohol, no marijuana, no illegal drugs, $1,000 personal bond. You don't have to post any money. I'm going to give you a court date. You're going to go down the hall then and get that paper notice, then go over to probation where you'll fill out a questionnaire and be interviewed. Is that going to be May 7th
Yes, at 8:30.
at 8:30?
Joe, do you need me here for this?
Are you not scheduled to be here that day? We don't need, how many more dockets do you have?
I got about 4 more.
What day are you going to be here?
I'm here, April 20th, May 5th, May 8th.
Why don't we do it May 8th? There's no, May 8th is a Friday.
Faith, yeah.
We don't want to do a Friday. May 5th? Let's do May 5th. Is that good?
May
Let's do
5th,
May-
that's your state day.
That's okay. May 5th at 8:30. Okay?
Okay.
So, do you understand everything that's going on here, Mr. Madrigal?
Yes.
All right, so you go down the hall, get your notice. You're going to come back May 5th at 8:30. Then you're going over to probation where you'll fill out a questionnaire and be interviewed. I'm deferring the sentence on the impeding, Heather. So that won't be any usual fines and costs. I'll defer that, okay? All right, any questions?
He's going to probation now?
Yeah, after he gets his notice. Thanks.
All right.
Good luck.
Thank you, Ryan.
The court accepts the plea, but exposes the contradiction at its core, guilt without admission of wrongdoing. Leniency is granted, yet accountability is enforced through fines or service. The lesson is clear. In a courtroom, truth, clarity, and responsibility are not optional. They are demanded.